EA Sports released their quarterback rankings, top 20 to be exact, for college football 26. This is always that part of the year where you start to get a little bit more dialed into what's going to happen in the college football world. You got your preview magazines, you got media days around the corner, and we got college football 26 about to drop. And EA, to their credit, man, whether you agree or disagree with their rankings or their lists, they do a heck of a job rolling this thing out and giving us little appetizers in the lead up to the game. So let's break down this top 20, man. Before we do that, make sure you are locked in. Make sure you are subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel, College Football, whether it be the game or the actual college football games that happen in the fall on the field. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down, so make sure you are dialed in. Let's take a quick look at this top 20 right here. Man, to be honest, 1 through 10, probably the most valid list I've seen from EA regarding this CFB 26 that's about to drop here pretty soon. Like, no real notes. Those top 3 quarterbacks, from Klubnik to Nuss to Aller, depending on how you want to pronounce that last name. Probably the most proven quarterbacks we know right now in the world of college football. And then behind him, or behind those 3, Levitt, Sellers, Mateer, Beck, those are probably the quarterbacks that I would tier together around the 91 range. Like, if we're going to be upset about 91 versus 92 and 90 versus 91, okay, I mean, maybe we need to touch some grass. I don't have any major notes on this top 10. I do have a couple of observations, though, around this top 20. Blake Horvath at a 90 overall. Y'all, Navy might be nasty in this game. Little option stuff within that whole deal. I'm just saying, if you play somebody in college football 26 or the old NCAAs that knows how to run the option at a high level, I know it's not the old wishbone option that Navy used to run, but still, if you're nasty at quarterback and you have someone that knows how to run the option on the sticks, it could be a long afternoon for you. Arch at a 90 overall. Think we're projecting a little bit. I'm okay with it because I think he's going to eventually end up being in that range at the end of the college football season. Probably a tools thing. Okay, he was still a 5-star out of high school. The pedigree thing. I know we talk a lot about, well, if his last name was a Manning, but his last name is Manning. And he did grow up with 2 Hall of Fame quarterback uncles and a grandpa that played in the NFL at quarterback as well. Okay, so he does have that pedigree. So I'm cool with him at 90. I'm probably playing my very first game in college football 26 of South Carolina because Lenora Sellers, who y'all know, man, I mean, we've done everything but bought the action figure when it comes to the stock we bought in the guy. In the video game, I'm tearing it up with Lenora Sellers at quarterback in my first game with him at 91 overall. And Nicholas Harbor, 99 overall speed. Call me a go-route merchant. Call me a guy that runs the same play until you stop it. Call me whatever you want, but make sure you call me that as I score 50 on your head top with Lenora Sellers and Nicholas Harbor accounting for like 7 total touchdowns, all right? So that'll be a lot of fun for all of us. No Julian Saint or Bryce Underwood in this top 20. Not saying I put him in there, just saying it's an observation. Alabama is the number 1 overall team in this game, and they don't have a top 20 quarterback. Interesting. The rest of the roster must be nasty, and EA feels that way. If this list was actually a projection to reality, though, let's unpack what that would mean. I think for me, it would mean that Clemson and Texas are playing for a national championship. If Cade Klubnik plays like the best quarterback in college football with that roster that's just littered with NFL first-round draft picks, plus Dabo Swinney's pedigree, plus the veteran presence of the number 1 returning production in college football, Clemson, they'll play for a national championship. And Texas, with the roster around Archer, if he ends up being a 90 overall, which I think he will be at the end of the season, that is, then that's probably the national title game that we would get. LSU, they're probably a playoff team. If this list projects to reality, maybe they make a run on the college football playoff too. We're very high on Garrett Nussmeier. I'm cool with that rating, but we already have told you we think they're probably going to be a playoff team, but Nussmeier playing like a 92 overall up there with the best quarterbacks in college football would probably validate that thought. And then if you look at this top 20 one more time here, look at the Big 12 quarterbacks just littered 11 through 20. You got Beck, you got Avery Johnson at 89, you got Sawyer Robertson rounding out the top 20, Caden Salter, a sneaky 88. It's going to be a rerun of last year. There's a reason, I think, why the good folks in charge of the media poll for the Big 12 said, you know what, we're good on that whole predict the Big 12 and the preseason thing. If the separation between starting quarterbacks in the Big 12 is truly that thin, we're going to have a lot of chaos on a lot of late nights. It's going to be a lot of fun watching the Big 12 all season long. But just prepare yourself now. If that list projects to reality at the quarterback position, it's going to be a great product for the rest of us as college football fans. Not even counting a one Devin Dampier that I'm sure will factor in in the Big 12 in some way, shape, or form as well. So a lot to unpack there. Can't wait for this game. Get at me on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, at Judy PicKell. Let me know your objections, if you have any, to this top 20 from EA, because I think it's pretty solid. Appreciate y'all. Caden Smith on the ones and the twos. Myself, Judy PicKell, will keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.